All right. Good morning, man. We are excited to have Jason Durban from 210 Home Buyers Warranty. He and his company are big supporters of VREB, and we do most of our warranty work through them or with them. And so we're super excited to have you on the show, Jason. And welcome, brother.
Eric, I appreciate it. I love it. Love doing things like this. Excited to share some information with you about some home warranties.
Nice, nice. Well, I appreciate that because a lot of people who watch these videos are first-time home buyers, and part of this whole series is really just getting that home buyer educated on the biggest investment they're ever going to make in their life. So that's super important. So if you could kind of just start out, just a quick overview of who you are and a little bit about your company as well.
Okay, yeah. So my background, I got into real estate way back in the 90s. So that's kind of dating myself there, Eric. Got into flipping when flipping wasn't popular or an HGTV, segment. And then got my license when I moved to Alabama, and that was kind of all she wrote. Was flipping property there, then started getting and selling houses and working with the public and loved it. Then got my broker's license, ran an office for a little while, was a broker for that office for a little while, and then came to work for 210 about 7 years ago. So,
okay.
So I've been in that world. I love it. I love watching good agents help their customers, their clients, and get into, probably the biggest investment that they're going to make in their lives. So it's right. It's awesome. I mean, that's the American dream, is to own your house. Yeah. And, that's awesome. So a little bit about 210. We cover the biggest investment of individuals' lives, whether that be on the new construction side or on my side, which I call the pre-loved homes, because there's a lot of pre-loved homes out there. That's what we're selling most of the time. So, but yeah, we like I said, the new construction takes care of the foundation and the systems. And then on the pre-built side, we take care of the systems and the appliances. So,
all right, perfect. And then we've worked with you guys for a couple of years, so I know you guys are big in the veteran space. You guys are big supporters of that. I'm pretty sure you guys provide a veteran discount as well, right?
We do, and like I said, we love our veterans. I mean, we want to support those who support us and give us the freedom to be Americans. And, so we give them a $25 discount. We were talking about that. We don't make them fill out the, show us the DD2 forms. Hey, if you're a veteran, just say so, call in, let us know, and we're going to give you the discount. Cause
nice.
we believe in those people that, give us our ability to, have our freedom, frankly.
Yeah. We appreciate that. And so I'd like to start out with, just a home warranty. We still get first-time home buyers, and they don't understand sometimes the difference between homeowners insurance and a home warranty. All they hear is the word home. Right. And they think everything's covered under their insurance. And quite honestly, really no repairs are covered under your homeowner's insurance policy, unless it's due to some catastrophic event or to a fire, or if you have flood insurance and it's a water intrusion. So we try to educate them. So why should someone consider a home warranty? I mean, let's kind of talk a little bit about cost versus reward on that thing.
Right. No. Yeah, and I'll tell you, Eric, as a account executive, when I was working in the feet on the ground, so to speak, I can't tell you how many times I would get calls from customers, and they would be calling about homeowners insurance, and I'm like, no, I'm home warranty. And let me tell you, they're different. And really, the homeowners insurance, obviously, you have that. So, the tornadoes come, the floods, that sort of thing, and they take care of it when, something goes bad. Well, what we do is and they do this, the whole house. So we cover when, but if let's say your refrigerator breaks down, you can't call your insurance company and say, hey, can you bring somebody over here and fix it? That's where we come in when it comes to with, your systems and appliances. And when I say systems and appliances, I mean your HVAC system, your electrical, your plumbing, And then your appliances, your refrigerators, your washers and dryers, your microwaves. I think
Right.
am I missing one? Oh, your stove and oven.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I think that's a good summary. I mean, we also share with veterans is exactly what you just talked about. And then, the cost of the average warranty, and again, I'm not trying to put you on the spot
yeah,
price because price varies so much by size of the house, location, cost of the market to get repairs done. There's a lot of variables that go into it. But let's just say, across the country, the average is, $500-$600 for a home warranty.
yeah,
You know,
I say it ranges anywhere from our simple plan that's $499, or roughly around $500,
right.
and then up to I mean, you can make these things spend as much money as you
Yeah.
want, but,
Yeah.
by adding different additional buyer options, that sort of thing.
Right.
But you're looking between $400 and $700, depending on what plan you want. And the best way I tell everybody, the best way to find out that information is just call your local rep.
Yeah.
And then they'll be more than happy to share, the good, the bad, and ugly, and set
Right.
those expectations. I think that's the biggest thing. And in your real estate world, the more expectations you set, the better the experience is, and the more understanding they have and how to utilize the product that they have.
Right.
Whether it's a home warranty, whether it's title insurance, whether any step of the process. It's just understand the program, and go to the individuals that work in that world and ask those
Right.
questions.
Right.
And they'll help you. I mean, that we want to help. We want people to be educated about what a home warranty is. We want them. We want to know what their situation is to make sure. Hey, is this good for you? Or
Right.
maybe you might not need it.
Right.
But let's
Right.
have a conversation. Let's see what your situation's like, and let's talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a super important aspect, and the decision is a personal decision. You know, can you and your budget, afford a repair in your house of a couple $1,000s?
Yeah,
And if the answer is no, then it's probably worth an investment as kind of almost like an insurance policy,
exactly.
to cover these potential breakdowns. And the other thing the consumer needs to know is that with the whole inflationary thing that's gone on, and we're not going to talk about what caused it, but the whole inflationary thing. Have you called a plumber or electrician lately? I mean, it's no joke. I mean, these guys, I mean, they're riding the inflation bandwagon. I mean,
I guess. I
so
mean, you think, and it's changed within the last 2-3 years. I mean, to change out an HVAC system, just a basic
oh yeah,
sun unit. I mean, you're talking, 8 to 10 to $15,000, and
all day. Yeah, all day. They've doubled in price. They've doubled
it's
in price, and the home warranty costs haven't doubled in price. And so you got
no,
to understand that there's a trade-off there. And then I make sure consumers understand that, no one is going to cover 100% all the time for the full value for everything. No one's going to do that.
yeah,
So that should be your expectation. I mean, if you buy a house that the HVAC is, 15 years old and 6 months later it dies and you have a home warranty, there's probably going to be some depreciation. There's probably going to be some offset, and so they've got to understand that there are some variables in there as well.
there are, and it's funny you mentioned. It's not funny, but it's a reality when you mention the depreciation, because
Right.
every not all home warranty companies are equal, because
Right.
some take in consideration that the depreciation. 210 doesn't. We don't. I always say we don't discriminate based on age, which is again, we're not all created equal, and
No,
so
no.
that's I always tell you're probably going to ask the question, how do you figure out which company to go with, or who, how do I determine that? The first thing I would tell you to do is call your local rep. The
Mhm.
second thing I would do is study the service agreement. Now, I know insurance policies are not fun to read, and I get that. But the easiest thing I would tell you to do is my dad has a saying, the big print giveth and the fine print taketh away.
I
So when
like
you
that.
start looking through these service agreements, or
Right.
when you start looking at how many pages is fine print,
Right.
that's where the rubber meets the road. And,
That's a good point.
luckily, ours is very, very small. Everybody has to have them. I mean, we can't
Yeah,
cover everything
yeah,
for the cost of what we're, for $700.
yeah. The
But
lawyers need a job. Yeah,
it really, when you start seeing more fine print than you
right,
see the print, you know,
right,
when you start asking questions and you're making calls and figuring that out and getting explanations,
right.
trust but verify.
Right, right, exactly. And I think that's important. It's a good point. And the number one thing I want the listeners to take away from this is all home warranty companies are not the same. All agreements aren't the same. The coverages are not the same, and it's not just based on price. For example, you could save $50 or $100 going by, lowhomewarranty.com. And then the first time you call them and you need a repair done and there's no one answering the phone, or the person says, we'll get back with you, or the service tech shows up a week later, maybe that $100 wasn't well spent. So, think about all that, shop them, and exactly like Jason said, spend a minute and kind of take a look at it, because I think that's super important. And if you're in a home warranty now, do the same thing at renewal. Just because you got home warranty company A, it's time for renewal, doesn't mean you can't call up Jason's guys at 210 Home Buyers Warranty and say, hey, I want to shop this, policy, and
Right.
kind of get a quote and compare it. It's worth doing, because you don't think about a home warranty until you need it. So,
Right. You're exactly right. When it, especially for where I live in Alabama, it gets hot. I mean, we're
oh
we're
yeah,
hot from February to Thanksgiving, and
oh yeah,
so we like our AC.
right,
We love
right.
it.
No, exactly. We're based out of Florida, and it's
Okay.
maybe 3 weeks a year that the AC doesn't run.
Oh, I
So,
know. Yeah.
so the AC is number one. And if you love your wife, or if you're a female, you love your husband, whatever the case is these days, and you want to keep that partner, then you better keep the house cool, because if not, they might be staying at a friend. So,
Exactly.
so,
Exactly.
no, I think that's all good stuff. Jason, can you share what's the best way to get started? Reach out to you guys. I mean, probably the website.
Yeah, the website, 2-10.com/realtor. That'll take you right into our division. And then it'll allow you to kind of go, okay, this is where I live. Here's my representation, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
If not, talk to your local realtor, because,
yeah,
that's who we deal with for the most part. And,
right,
talk to them and say, hey, who's my 210 rep? How do I get a hold of them?
right,
But oh yeah, and and Eric, I'll even go this far. If people that are listening right now and watching, if they need help, have them reach out to you. You send some
yeah,
information to me. We'll get them.
yeah,
We'll get them in the right hands. Or if we can't, heck, I'll give them a call, because
yeah,
we want to help. We want to
right,
educate.
right,
Because if we educate and give you enough information, then you can make a, a very wise and
right.
fiscally
Informed
responsible,
decision. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
decision. And
Exactly.
that's what, you know.
Now, you guys are in the new construction space as well.
Right. That's how we
So,
started. That's
right,
how we
right,
got our name.
right.
The 2 years, 10-year structure, 2 year systems. So
Okay,
that's and it's kind of evolved from that to where we have different programs based on the contractor, but it's really contractor driven. The contractor joins our network, or not our
right,
network, but you know joins the program and
right,
gives it back. But at any point in time, when somebody's going in and building a new house, the sooner the better. Let's
right,
get them in front of somebody that again, so they can start asking questions, get the builder involved, so they can start having those conversations, and work that into how to protect your home. One
yeah,
of your biggest investments that you're going to make in your lifetime.
yeah. It's a good point. I mean, most new construction, the builders will give you a 1 year, what I call bumper to bumper warranty. They'll cover everything for the first year.
Right.
Second year on for systems, then you're on your own. Structural is normally a 10 year.
Right.
And so most builders will do that. I think the gap, or the thing you should consider, is for that year two on, get somebody like 210 Home Buyers Warranty to jump in there and handle that 2 year and beyond.
Yep.
And you can buy that at closing and have it go in effect a year later, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, you can. With the new construction, we always want to catch it in the beginning because, if you're in a municipality where they're having inspections and that sort of thing, that's always good. But, as we're starting to see, because people aren't having to go into work, they're starting to get farther and farther out. So when you start to get, into cities or towns that don't have those, we've got to do kind of a foundation. Well, it's not. We've got to do a foundation inspection. We've got to do a framing inspection, and we have those inspectors if those aren't available for you guys, for your
Right.
customer. And then we got to do a final inspection to make sure that
I
everything's
got you.
doing what they're supposed to do. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's always better. The sooner, the better.
Right.
So if you think
Right.
you're going down that path, reach out to us and we'll help you in that department. So.
Right. Great information. So just as a quick,
Yeah, we could get them in contact with one of our builders, one of our preferred builders that is known and trusted too. So
nice.
that could
Okay.
really help too. Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, it's good to know. So, okay, well, Jason, appreciate that. I do want to remind the listeners that the Veterans Real Estate Benefits Network, we're a national company that thanks veterans for their service. And when they work with one of our agents and they close, they earn a rewards check after closing. The average check's about $2,000. The veteran has the option of electing a home warranty, which 95% of them we buy from 210 Home Buyers Warranty. So part of your package with the VREB Network program is a home warranty that you can elect at closing. That's deducted from your total rewards amount, but now you're getting a rewards check and a home warranty at closing, which is pretty nice. And so I just want to make sure the listeners understand. And so we've been working together, and the feedback we get from our buyers is they really like the 210 program. The service is good, and I rarely get a complaint from a buyer. And we do a lot of buyers, and the home warranty business is like the home insurance business. A lot of complaints. So
Yeah.
So we're not getting a lot of complaints. They got to be doing something right. So, I'm just throwing that out to you. So again, you can reach us at www.vrebnetwork.com. That's vrebnetwork.com. And if you have any questions about the warranty, you can shoot it to us and we'll get it over the 210 as well. So appreciate that, Jason. Any parting thoughts or anything else you want to tell the world before we unplug you?
Well, like I said, we love our veterans, and my little tagline is "Long live happy homes and smiles on the house, guys."
Perfect. I like it. Well, Jason, we appreciate your time and all the information. And again, you can reach out to Jason or his company at 2-10.com, and vrebnetwork.com is how you reach us. And veteran, non-veteran, we're going to help you find the right home. We're going to help you close on it. Veterans, we do a little extra, kind of our way of thanking them. So that's vrebnetwork.com. So Jason, again, I appreciate your time and look forward to continuing to work with you guys in the future.
Thanks, Eric.